Hello, my dear friends. To all of you who have returned, and to the new faces visiting this warm and humble space for the first time, welcome. I am your storyteller today, and truly, I'm so happy to be here with you on this journey of discovering profound Buddhist lessons, stories that not only touch the soul, but can also transform the way we see life. If this is your first time here, congratulations. You've found a place filled with peace and meaning. This is a space where we listen, reflect, and share the beauty of wisdom together. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a story. I truly believe that the upcoming lessons, from deep Buddhist teachings to moments of motivation, will be like a gentle breeze, bringing peace and hope into your life. And to those who have been with me for a while, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your support is the reason I continue sharing these meaningful stories. Now, let's set aside our worries for a moment, take a deep breath, and immerse ourselves in today's story. A tale that might just help you find serenity amid life's chaos. Are you ready? Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Search for Peace. Ethan was a young monk living in an ancient temple nestled deep within a peaceful valley. He had come here seeking enlightenment, but as time passed, he felt increasingly restless. Every morning when he woke up, Ethan felt suffocated, not because of the environment, but because of the people. Some monks spent too much time discussing power and influence within the temple. Others constantly complained about trivial things, from food to the weather. And then there were those who criticized and gossiped, spreading rumors like wildfire. Ethan tried to focus on meditation, but the voices in his head wouldn't be silent. One afternoon, as the golden sunlight bathed the temple courtyard, Ethan approached his master, Elder Kenji, a wise man in his 70s with eyes that gleamed like stars. "Master," Ethan said with a heavy heart, "I can't stay here anymore. I need to find a more peaceful place, away from these toxic people." Kenji looked at him, his deep eyes seeming to peer into Ethan's very soul. "Where do you plan to go?" the master asked. "I will find a monastery where there is no distraction, where I can truly practice in peace." Kenji nodded slightly. "Very well, I won't stop you. But before you leave, I have one request." Chapter 2. The Master's Test. Ethan quickly agreed. "Of course, Master. What do you need me to do?" Kenji took a small spoon, filled it with water from a brass bowl, and handed it to Ethan. "Take this spoonful of water and walk around the temple without spilling a single drop. If you succeed, I will let you go." Ethan found the request odd but didn't question it. Holding the spoon carefully, he set off. At first, it seemed easy, but as Ethan walked through the courtyard, where monks were loudly discussing the latest rumors, he had to focus intensely to avoid distraction. A little later, he passed by the kitchen, where some monks were arguing over who had burned the rice that morning. Complaints and blame filled the air, but Ethan couldn't afford to listen. He continued past the garden, where a group of monks debated politics, who was gaining power, who was losing influence, and who was failing. But Ethan couldn't let those conversations distract him. He kept his eyes on the spoon. After what felt like an eternity, he returned to Master Kenji, his eyes shining with accomplishment. "Master, I did it! The water is still in the spoon." Kenji smiled. "Well done. Now tell me, while you were carrying that spoon, did you hear anyone discussing politics?" Ethan shook his head. "No, I was too focused on the spoon to notice." "And did you hear anyone gossiping or speaking negatively?" Ethan paused, then shook his head again. "No, I didn't pay attention to any of that." Kenji chuckled. "You see, my student, when you are truly focused on your goal, all the negativity around you becomes nothing but background noise. So, do you still want to leave?" Ethan stood silent for a long time. Chapter 3. The Lesson on Focus and Inner Peace. Kenji continued, "No matter where you go, you will always encounter negativity. If you don't learn how to focus on yourself, you will always be affected by others. Don't think that moving to a new place will solve this. Learn to find peace in the midst of the noise." Ethan lowered his head, feeling the weight of the truth. He realized that the problem wasn't the people around him. It was within himself. He had allowed his mind to be consumed by negativity instead of focusing on his own path. From that day forward, Ethan stopped paying attention to the temple gossip. Instead of getting involved in complaints and arguments, he learned to keep his mind still. When he passed through the courtyard and heard people discussing politics, he simply smiled and continued his work. When he heard complaints, he didn't let those words enter his thoughts. And slowly, something miraculous happened. It wasn't that the temple became quieter. It was that his mind became quieter. Life lesson. This story isn't just for monks. It's for all of us in the modern world. How many times have you felt affected by the negativity of those around you? How often have you let toxic words distract you from your own purpose? The truth is, no matter where you go, a new job, a new city, even a new country, you will always encounter negativity. But if you learn to focus on your own goals, those distractions will no longer matter. Remember, don't try to escape negativity. Learn to tune it out as mere background noise. Peace doesn't come from changing your environment. It comes from mastering your mind. If you stay focused on your own path, negativity loses its power over you. You can't change the world around you, but you can change how you respond to it. Be like Ethan. Rather than searching for a perfect place, learn to create peace within yourself. Are you letting negativity affect you? Share your thoughts in the comments below.